and travel between provinces, as we know, is allowed under lockdown level 2. The Western Cape and Gauteng say they'll closely monitor movements to prevent cluster outbreaks of COVID-19. The two provinces have the most infections in the country. Well, let's get the latest now from Johannesburg Metro Police's Wayne Minnaar to give us an idea of what's happening on the roads this morning. Wayne, a very good morning to you. It might be a little early. I mean, we know that things come into effect at midnight, but are you seeing already busier roads, busier routes out of Gauteng at the moment? We know some people have been packed and ready to go for months now.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We have observed that particularly the freeways, the N3 going towards KZN, that's become a lot more busier. Also the N1 in a northerly direction towards Limpopo, the N12 towards northwest, also a lot busier. And then also what we've observed is that the malls and the business areas are also a lot busier this morning than other days.
Yeah, I mean, those queues for alcohol and cigarettes, I suppose, already, as we know, forming before 6 this morning. So a lot of people, like we say, waiting. They've been ready to go. And you say it's been busy this morning. But when do you expect, Wayne, that we might see our busiest time on the roads? Are you expecting maybe by the weekend that you're going to see the routes out of Gauteng or the interprovincial travel picking up?
Yes, I think by the weekend we can expect to see a lot more vehicles, particularly on the national roads, going from province to province. And then because we, as JMPD, we are more now focused on assisting the public, particularly crime prevention, the bylaw enforcement, and then road policing, because during level 5, we were more focused on the COVID regulation. You know, no one was allowed to leave their homes then. But now, with things changing, loosening up a bit, so officers will be more focused at crime prevention.
All right, so how are you preparing for this influx into and out of the province? Have you had to make any special arrangements?
Yes, all of the operations are done jointly with all the other law enforcement agencies. So we are coming out with a huge contingent, and we will be monitoring all the main roads and arterials. There will also be specific operations that will be conducted, and we just also want to appeal to drivers to be courteous and to be cautious, because the traffic volumes will definitely increase, and also not to drive after they've consumed alcohol.
All right, Wayne, and I suppose, you know, it's sort of human nature that we kind of let our guard down a little bit more now that, you know, level 2 is kind of floating around in there. But just remind our travellers about the rules that are still in place, especially those who are used to night travelling, those who prefer maybe to drive at night, that there is a curfew in place, just the rules around that.
Yes, the curfew is from 10 p.m. up until 4 a.m., so no one, unfortunately, no one may be on the roads during that time. And then also it is mandatory for one to wear your mask when you're in public, that you have to wear a face mask. And also the other important aspects of the COVID regulations, such as social distance, and also the importance of sanitizing and washing of hands. But very important, when you're in public, always wear a mask.
And how are you prepared, Wayne, for, you know, restaurants now being open, serving alcohol, people being able to buy their alcohol as well? And I know you mentioned it briefly, but surely this is going to mean more vigilance on your part, whether it's interprovincial or intra-provincial as well.
Yes, also we expect cooperation from the business sector and from the restaurant owners to comply with the times. Unfortunately, there is the curfew that we all have to obey to, and we will be monitoring all of the restaurants and all of the business areas, particularly in the areas where there is nightlife.
All right, so don't let your hair down too much. That's the word from JMPD spokesperson Minnaar. Thanks so much for your time.